Hi, so there was a student who expressed confusion about primary keys when it came to three fields that made the composite key. It made me think, well, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this video. And yeah, so here it's talking about the fact that I want you to get your reading done and understand some of these concepts, and that there's an important two basic principles in mind. Primary keys cannot be left blank, and primary keys must be unique. Okay, and here's the database. The one thing that I really encourage you to do is to post questions on the discussion board. Speak up. It's your right. Okay, so here, this is explaining about primary keys. And so you can have a primary key that consists of one or more fields, right? When you have only one field, it's pretty easy to understand, right? Like student ID, that field has to be unique. But what if you're in the situation where maybe you have the same student ID repeated for different classes? Okay, so say you want to keep track of a student's, all the classes the student is taking. Okay, so then if you were to go and enter S0309, and CIS 145, it'll take that. But when you go to enter the next record with the same student ID, even though the rest of the information is different, if the student ID is the only primary key, only field that makes the primary key, then it's not going to work because it's going to give an error because this already exists. There's always already a record. So you can put these two together as 03909, and CIS 118 is different than S0309 CIS 145. So those two are different. So when you go to enter those records, it's fine when the primary key is both student ID and class. So let me say that again because I did that explanation a little out of order. Okay, so you understand that you'll get an error when the student ID is the only field that consists of the primary key. Then when you go to enter this second record, you'll get an error. But if you make both the student ID and the class together the primary key, in other words, a composite key, then when you go to enter this second record, you will not get an error. Okay, so that's what that's about. All right, so if you come down a little bit further, not sure how much farther, here it's asking you, in question 12, it's asking you to say all the courses, not just for one semester for all students, but all the courses for all the semesters. So think about it. You take classes. Usually students take more than one class in a semester, right? So you'll have your student ID and your class ID, right? But let's say, I know you don't want to think about this, but maybe you fail a class one semester and you have to take it over, okay? In the situation up above, let me go back up there. Close your eyes because you're going to get sick. Okay, here we go. If I was, let's say that you failed CIS 118, okay, and you had to take it over. So the primary key is student ID and class together. Can you put that information in for the next semester? No, you can't. It'll give you an error because the primary key is still student ID and class, and that's what you would be entering a second time to record for a second semester. So, there we go. So you'd have to add the semester as the part of the primary key. So then you would have 3 fields, right? Okay. So then you'd have 3 fields as the primary key. You'd have the student, the class, and the semester all together. Okay. So hopefully that gets you a little bit further along. Yeah.